Left you?
They left me at the house. They were like, kid you not, no hotel or nothing. They packed up, they said, we're leaving. And I said, okay, what about me? They were like, you'll be okay. And they left.
You're the only one?
Yeah, because Justin's in college.
It was just y'all two?
Yeah.
Solid.
So I'm just like, dang, okay, well, here I am. Here I am once again.
They see you as responsible.
My dad's like, so my dad is a very type A type of man.
I already started my live stream. We can keep talking, but be careful of what you say.
He's very type A type of man. He's just very, everything has to be done this way. And if it's not done this way, then you're gonna get in trouble.
That's real.
Yeah. And then he's also like a man when he's like, oh, I'm not gonna be in church and still mom. Oh, you need this, go to your mom. Oh, I'm not going to church if you go here or here, go talk to your mom. Oh, I'm not driving, go talk to your mom.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And then we're gonna be tired.
That's real.
But that's true, because I be making, I be a fool about myself.
All right. $35 left for my live stream. Nobody's watching, but if anybody does join, a couple things that I plan on doing before I actually start recording. If you are unaware, one thing that I like to do heavily is go live as much as I can. If this is your first time ever seeing this channel, I'm a full-time musician and a full-time music educator. One thing that I do often though is record as much music interaction as I have. So any gig that I do, I try to record it or live stream it. Anytime that I'm teaching, it depends on if I can record it or not. So when I used to do private lessons for a subsidiary of Guitar Center called Music and Arts, I used to live stream those lessons, like set my phone in the corner, but not record students because, you know, confidentiality to an extent, but also like students' privacy. They probably don't want to be on camera unless, you know, it's for the business. Now, my live streams are not necessarily their business, it's my business, so I try not to show students. Even now, I'm a full-time guitar teacher. I am at school right now. I teach about 30 guitarists per class period, 90 in total this semester. Previous semesters though, it was always 100 plus. But I also have an after school program, so when that gets started, I'm gonna have more than just 90 students teaching 100 guitarists every single day. So I'm not really looking forward to that. We play on these acoustic guitars, Yamaha acoustic guitars. And one of my students, I don't know if y'all can see it, so I'm gonna bring it up to you, messaged me over the weekend. It said, hey, yo, teacher, the tuning machine is missing from the guitar. I just wanted to let you know it wasn't me, but it's missing. I'm like, dang, how you done did a thing like that? I don't know how they broke the guitar, but they broke the guitar. Now, it's an easy fix. So in today's live stream, I'm going to be fixing that. And then I'm gonna be teaching two topics that I taught my students in the past. How to read tablature and how to read chord charts. There's other music visuals that you also need to learn. Need is a loose term. Need to learn as a guitarist, which is how to read scale charts and how to read from the music staff. But we're gonna look at scale charts and the music staff later on. I find that to be more of the advanced side of guitar. If you really wanna just get started and start learning guitar ASAP, like as quickly as possible, tablature, chord charts. Even if you're learning off YouTube, as me, being a YouTube streamer, can tell you, every YouTuber is probably just putting tabs and chord charts on there, or they're just telling you where to place your fingers on what strings. So before I get into that concept, I would like to tell you how I plan on fixing this broken guitar. This guitar with a missing tuning peg. Here's that broken guitar. I'm just gonna put it right here for now. Got a missing tuning peg. I actually have a guitar graveyard. If you can see all of these cracks right here. A student told me they dropped the guitar. That don't look like just any drop, because I've dropped guitars. These guitars are heavily coated with like a top coat and a lacquer. This guitar is cracked from right here, like close to the neck, all the way down to where the strap button is. If you don't know the parts of the guitar, I talked about it in a previous live stream. Or check out the video once it's posted. I'll let you know when it's posted. You don't just drop a guitar and it gets that bad of a crack. If you do, then you know, cool. But we've kept guitars at this school. I got a graveyard of guitars. How many guitars do I have that's broken? Maybe like 6, 7, 8, 9 broken guitars. Because the parts are still useful. This part is missing. This part is missing. The bridge pins are missing. The student didn't lose it. As you see, it don't got a whole bunch of tuning machines on them because they're still useful. So I took one of the tuning machines off of this and I plan on replacing it with this one. Sorry, announcements.
Good morning, Mustangs. I need the following students to report to Dr. McAdam in the third floor.
I'm just gonna mute it, that way students' names are not being said. Sorry. Sorry, I had to mute it. I don't want the students' names being publicized on my channel. What up, Cena? What up? I don't know how to say your name. Sadi? Sarai? However you say it, S-A-R-I. What up? So again, yeah, I took the tuning machines off of the old guitar, the broken guitar, to put it on the not as broken guitar. Now, when I put it on the not as broken guitar, there were a couple things that I had to do in order to make it a little bit easier for me. I put on this capo. If you've never seen this tool before, it is called a capo. Instead of me taking it off, I'm just gonna show you another one. Capos essentially squinch down on the neck of the guitar, and they allow the strings to be played at a higher pitch than if it were just open strings. So it's kind of like constantly holding down the strings, if you will. I wanted to have that down. That way I could loosen the tension from this one tuning machine without the string flying or without all of the strings flying somewhere, and just replace this one tuning machine. So I put a capo on it, I loosened the tension. The tuning machine wasn't moving at first with me just twisting it without the knob actually there, the actual tuning peg there. So I had to get like pliers and actually twist it until it was able to be moved with just my fingers. And from there, it's a pretty easy fix. It's nothing but one screw holding this one in place. I got one screw. I'm gonna take that screw off. It's one screw holding the whole thing in place, but it's also a, probably should have kept the pliers. What do you call this? A nut? Like nut and bolt. That's on the top of it. And that also came off by my hands, so. Took that top piece off, taking out the bottom piece that I would have to unscrew first. And then I'm replacing the whole thing, putting the strings back on, and I'm calling it a day. Got 28 minutes left. Shout out to the people that's watching live. Feel free to ask me anything about guitar. This is guitar Q&A. This is my office hours. So if y'all have questions, then ask me something. If you don't got no questions, you just keep watching what I'm doing. I'm just gonna talk through it as I'm doing it. But feel free to say hello. I like when people talk to me, because if not, then I'm just talking to a camera and I seem crazy. Anywho, unscrewing this and replacing the tuning machine, tuning it back up, teaching y'all how to read tabs, teaching y'all how to read chord charts, answering any questions that you might have. I'm not recording just yet though, so feel free to ask me any questions and we'll get to it. Cool. Oh, the screw is stuck in there. Sweet did it dum. A little bit about me, y'all. I've been teaching here for 4 years. This is my 4th year actually in a public school teaching people how to play guitar. And every year I've had close to 100 students every semester. But if I think about it, that spring and then falls. So really like 200 students minimum every year. So every year since 2022, I've been teaching at least 200 guitarists how to play guitar every year. That's a long time, and that's a lot of students. 800 students, if my math is mathing. Of course, I'm gonna have a few repeat students, you know what I'm saying? But I've taught 800 people how to play guitar so far. That's a lot of people. Shout out to the 800. First we had Jimmy, then we had Lenny. What you know about Jimmy? What you know about Lenny? I actually do know how to swim while you're trying to have racist jokes. You must not be black, Adam. Sometimes I would just like kick people out who said stuff like that. But you're lucky that I'm letting you stay today. Now, if you say anything out of pocket, I hope you know you're gonna have to go. I could swim, maybe like 3 feet in the 3 feet size of swimming pool. Don't throw me in the ocean. It's a different story. I'm struggling to put the string back in. There we go. String in. Now if I had my string winder, this would be a lot quicker. Oh! In the previous guitar office hours, y'all can always check the replays because I have them. Oh, where is my string winder? Oh no. Well, I lost that piece. I know I got one at home. In the previous office hours, I showed y'all how to change the strings on a guitar. And I used the string winder to do so. I don't have the string winder on me right now, so. Somebody just called me. I don't recognize the phone number though. So now I gotta literally twist this by frickin' twist. Where is a string winder when you need it? I just don't want to waste too much time. Up. It's gonna take forever. Feel free to ask me some questions though while y'all wait. If anybody's actually still watching. I know it says 4 people watching. I'm hoping y'all not bots. If y'all not bots, let me know where you're from. Anybody from Atlanta? If you happen to be in Atlanta, I got a show on 9/15, September 15th that I'll invite you to. If you're in Atlanta. If you're not in Atlanta, don't make that drive. It's not that deep. Unless you just feel like making that drive. This ain't a concert, it's not a tour. So it's not that deep. Know what I'm saying? Okay, getting somewhere. Slowly and steadily. Twisting the string. Got a couple wounds. Okay. There we go. I can take the cape off now. All right, I think I'm good. So anybody here? I'm gonna play something brief. minor. Still out of tune, but the tuning machine is fixed. I'm not gonna tune this guitar because it's up to my students to tune it. Now, today we're going to be looking at, and I should probably start recording now because it's about that time. Shout out to the people still watching. Today we are going to be looking at, let me press start recording. Hey y'all. Today we're going to be looking at music visuals for guitars. More specifically, how to read tablature and how to read chord charts. Now I do have the music staff written down below, and I'll also talk about scale charts in this class, but those are things that we're not going to be talking about too much in this video in particular. I would rather talk about tablature. So this is tablature. If you were looking at it, tablature has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. Why do you think it has 6 lines, is what I usually ask my students. And I'm just gonna give you the answer. It has 6 lines for these 6 strings. 6 lines for the 6 strings. It literally lets you know what string to play. So right now, let me shift this screen over just a little bit. That way you can see the string. At the top is string 1, at the bottom is string 6. But here's the weird part about it, because whenever you're actually playing guitar, string 1 seems to be at the bottom. String 6 seems to be at the top. It's opposite. It's as if you were looking at tablature, but you were flipping your guitar so that you could see it yourself. So string 1 is the string closest to your leg. So if it's this top line, then it's string 1. String 6, the string closest to your face. If it's this bottom line, it's string 6. Kind of hard to remember, but there's a reason why tablature is flipped like this. And it's easier if you know the music staff. For those of you who do know the music staff, the lower the note, the lower it is on the staff. The higher the note, the higher it is on the staff. So that is part of the reason why we have our high notes, our high-pitched strings up high, and our low notes, our low-pitched strings down low. So the real question is, can you recognize what string is on the screen? I'm gonna have it highlighted for you. That way you can easily recognize it, right? What string is this? Feel like Dora the Explorer, where I just left you pause for a second. No, I'm not gonna pause. Eddie 8 Dynamite. This is the D string, also known as 1, 2, 3, string 4. If I were to keep it going, blue. I might ask you, what string is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is string 5, also known as the Eddie 8. The A string, Eddie 8, the A string. What string is this? From the top, we got 1, 2. This is string 2. This is our B string. So I'm gonna go back from the top one more time and play it for you. Here is 1, 2, 3. Oh, gotta go back one more time. I just pressed the button. Here is 1, 2, 3. String 4 sounds like this. The D string. Up next, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. String 5, the A string. Eddie 8 sounds like this. Moving on one more time. The B string. 1, 2. String 2 sounds like this. And that's if I'm not pressing anything down. All the way at the bottom. Remember, if it's all the way at the bottom, it's the string closest to our face. So that string is this one right here, the low pitch E string. What do we have up next? All the way at the top. Again, if it's all the way at the top, it's string 1, the string closest to our leg, the high pitch E string. And that's all of them. We got B again, we got E again, we got G, which we did not see at all so far, but that is 1, 2, 3, string 3. And again, string 1 is the one close to our leg. 1, 2, 3, string 3. Now, we can do this all day long just for you to get used to seeing what string it is, and you could play the open strings with me as you see it going across the board. But it would be 1,000% better if you actually used it in the use case of what it's used for. So when you're actually reading tabs, you won't just see highlighted lines. You're not just gonna be playing open strings for the entire song. Usually you will see notes on the tablature, and those notes are going to be written as numbers. Those numbers tell you what frets to play on. What frets do you play on when you see those numbers? So right now we have the numbers 4, 2, and 0, and then a bunch of other numbers on the board as well. 4, 2, and 0 is easy to recognize because you already know your frets. First fret is the zone between the metal bars, and the white bar. If you don't know what your frets are, if you don't know the parts of the guitar, make sure you check out my old live stream. I've done a live stream already on how to tune your guitar and how to recognize the parts of the guitar. Frets are so important. So you got your first fret, the zone between the first metal bar and the white bar, the nuts of the guitar. Second fret is the zone between the first two metal bars. Third fret is the next one. Fourth fret is right here. But all of those numbers are written on a particular line. That line may not be color-coded this time because usually when you're seeing it, you don't see color-coded lines. That was just for demonstration purposes for you to recognize what string we were looking at. But all of those numbers are on the top line. Remember, that top line tells you that it is the string closest to your leg. And it says 4, so that means you're playing on the 4th fret of the high-pitched E string. You only play it one time because it's only written one time. Then you got 2, which is the 2nd fret, and then you have 0, which means no frets whatsoever. That just means open string. 2, 4, 4, 4. And in 3 seconds, the moment that you could recognize what string to play on and what frets to play on, you could play whatever song is written. So there's a whole plethora of songs that you can find on YouTube. You can type in guitar tabs and you will find a whole plethora of songs. Easy guitar tabs, beginner guitar tabs, and you'll find a whole slew of songs, a whole bunch of songs that are just simple songs like this, simple melodies like 4 2 0 2 4 4 4, and you will already know what song that is. I played it twice. If you know what song that is, let me know. Yes, it is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. No, it's not Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It's Mary Had a Little Lamb. And there you go. You're reading tabs. It's as simple as that. If you are more interested in how to read chord charts, make sure you stay tuned for the next video. That way you can see how to read chord charts. Chords are a very big aspect of learning guitar. Do not think that you could just get by with tabs alone. You gotta learn how to play chords. You gotta learn all the aspects of it. If you like content like this, be sure to check out the next video. That way you can stay growing the way how you need to grow. Peace out, Girl Scouts. I'll catch you in the next one. Recording over. I got like 15 minutes left. I can answer a few questions before I get into the next video.
Oh no, I was coming.
What's up?
Do you feel like taking over, putting in the grades for Volk's class?
Grades.
Yeah.
She didn't post grades because she was leaving. I would need her login and stuff.
What Miss Walker doing, she's assigning stuff, so like she assigned me fella stuff, but you got assigned. I can only ask so much. I already got a bunch of sections.
Yeah,
So I was just seeing if one of y'all were willing to take on both stuff.
I can.
Right. Sure, you know I can ask one of the other ones.
I mean, you can ask them, but I'm willing to.
Okay. Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay, I got
Gotcha. Cool,
All right,
cool,
I'll
cool.
let you know.
Sounds good. Alex, shout out to the Ukraine. Question, teacher, why are you appropriating white culture? I am offended on behalf of my people. May I suggest the bongo? Guitar is not white culture. Black people made music, man. If you didn't know that, I'm gonna be the one to tell you. Anything that you do is because a black person did it. But I ain't even gonna say nothing about that. Adam, I told you, if you do anything else, you're getting kicked out of the chat. You are on 24-hour timeout. Do not join my lives again until tomorrow. And then think about what you've done for 24 hours. Shout out to Amber. I'm glad you play guitar. If you're interested in learning more about the guitar, Amber, you are in the right live. And if you want to learn more and you're actually interested and you want to have questions about it, and like you're already learning certain things and you're confused as to how it goes or this, that, and the fourth, I'll be willing to explain to you anything that you're interested in. Just hit me up. My email is contact@paulneilmusic.com. Contact@ the name of this channel.com. Contact, CONTACT @paulneilmusic.com. Let me type it in the chat too. That way in case you missed it. Contact @paulneilmusic. I am struggling to type right now. I'm gonna move that out the way. There we go. Now I'm typing like I'm good. Amber, let me know if there's anything else that you need. Within these last 12 minutes, since y'all haven't asked any questions so far, I'm going to continue on with my live, or continue on with my recordings. So I may not be checking the chat as I'm doing these recordings, but make sure that y'all are engaged with it. What up, though?
She said she would do it.
She's so nice. Great. Perfect. Appreciate you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Hey y'all, if you are watching these videos sequentially, the way how you should be watching them, you would have started with the parts of the guitar, and then you would have went into, what am I saying? You would have started with the parts of the guitar, and then you would have went into how to tune the guitar. Maybe when I was talking about how to tune the guitar, I probably talked about the letters of the musical alphabet. If not, there's only 7 letters in the musical alphabet, and we'll talk about that in another video in case you were confused. But as of now, I've also taught the previous video how to read tablatures. So above me, I have tabs written out. Tabs, and I probably should have mentioned it when I was showcasing tabs. Tabs don't always look like this. There's certain ways that tabs could also be written. So I like to write tabs using platforms like this. So if I were to just show guitar 1, I have notes on the music staff up high. These are notes on the music staff, and I have tabs right underneath it. There is a pure difference between notes and tabs. Notation applies to the staff. Here are tabs. Just like how I mentioned earlier, you got lines and you got numbers. Those lines will tell you what string to play on, and those numbers will tell you what fret to play on. Now, it does not give you a lot of rhythmic information, but some tabs will include stems underneath it, which can show you rhythmic information as well. So in case you like stuff like this, I recommend websites that show you that. I think Songster, I don't know the website. I'll leave websites in the description. That way you can actually check out some good ones. Now, there are some that I don't recommend, but they have a wide catalog. I'll also leave those in the description. If there's anything that you also like regarding guitar tabs, let me know and I'll leave those in the description. But you should have already learned those 3 things. Today's video, we are going to be talking about, actually let me go back to that frame, that way it's not an awkward jump. You should have already learned those 3 things. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to read chord charts. So this is what chord charts looks like. Chord charts are relatively easy to read. It's as if you were looking at the guitar as if it was straight in front of you, vertically, up and down. So this thick bar at the top is this thick bar right here. All of the horizontal lines are the frets, the metal bars. And the spacing between each of them are also frets. So this would be fret number 1, this would be fret number 2, this would be fret number 3, and this would be fret number 4. Usually you might see notes written or dots written on the vertical lines though. Those vertical lines are the strings of the guitar, but as if they were Eddie A. Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie, and you were looking at it like this. So from left to right, as it is written right here. Eddie hates Dynamite. Goodbye Eddie. So on and so forth. So easy to comprehend. You got your vertical lines for the strings. You got the thick bar at the top for whatever this thick bar is called. If you know what it's called, you know what it's called. And then the horizontal lines to tell you what frets you're looking at. It's kind of weird to see chord charts though because it's turned sideways compared to just seeing how it is if it was, it's turned vertically instead of seeing how it is if it was sideways. But you got to learn how to read all these different charts, all these different ways. It's beneficial for whatever it's beneficial for. Now, a couple other things whenever you're looking at chord charts, right? If there is an X above that string, you do not play that string. So we have an X right here, right here, and right here on Eddie A. Dynamite. We're not playing the E, A, and D string. We're not. But we have an open circle above G and an open circle above E. That means that we are playing the open G string and the open E string. And then we have a filled-in circle on the first fret of B. That filled-in circle is where you place your finger. And if you play all 3 notes at the same time, you'd be playing a pretty chord. That is an abbreviated version of the C chord. So if you are interested in concepts like that and how to read chords, there's a plethora of chords that you should be reading. One of the main chords that I feel like all guitarists should start with are your caged chords, right? If you were interested in the caged chords, they look something like this. They are 8, and I guess I can full screen this whenever it loads. Give me a couple seconds for it to load, and boom, it loaded. They are 8 chords. You can only see 6 of them on the screen right now. Oh, you can see 7 of them on the screen right now. There are 8 chords that you really have to learn and get used to actually reading. So the moment that you get good with your 8 caged chords, you can start learning more chords like your power chords, your bar chords, your major 7th chords, your major 9th chord, your minor 9 chords, minor 7 chords, and just take it from there and run with it. But reading chord charts are very easy. From there, you will become the best guitarist that I know you're capable of being. If you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure you check out the resources that's in the description, and we'll talk more about these things as it comes. Peace. Recording over with. I'm still live. If anybody has any questions for these next 6 minutes, feel free to ask questions. But if not, I'll be talking to my student that just walked in the room. Let me know if you have a question. What up, Caleb? How you feeling?
Good. Just I came here because I need to see if you think I could borrow the amp for a while.
The 10 amp?
Yeah.
Y'all don't have to perform today, do you?
We don't have to perform, but now
Watch out.
we're doing like actual runs of it, right?
Yeah, cool.
And what's it called? They want to have at least me playing for it. They know how many
You got your
times
guitar?
I'm gonna go there. Yeah, I have my guitar. It's just I can answer for like guitar.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a wire, but it's like one of those 2-foot ones.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, all yours. No questions. What up, though, from Ukraine? Hi, teacher. Leave the kids alone.
What?
Thanks for providing these lessons. Pleasure. And again, if y'all ever see it say recording in progress, I'm recording these lessons to also post to my YouTube channel. So the first 2 lessons have been somewhat edited. I mean, just slammed the door. The first 2 lessons have been somewhat edited, so they're not fully ready to be posted, but I do plan on having them posted before Friday. So I'm gonna close the door because he slammed it and it bounced right back open. I guess for these last 4 minutes, I'll play or something. If you're interested in the songs that I'm teaching my students, we got a gig band at this school, so we're learning a lot of combo songs like what's this song called? Strasbourg, St. Denis. Sweetie. If I were to play the melody without a pick, though, this feels awkward. I see a pick. I don't need it. Oh. I don't think those mistakes were because I didn't have a pick. I think I was just slowing out. So that's one of the combo songs that I'm teaching them. And it's not just guitars learning it. The gig band, we got guitars, bass, keys, drum set, horns. Eventually we're gonna have vocal in there too, but within due time. Make beautiful music for 1 minute. I'm gonna show y'all the other gig song that we're playing, the other combo song. They're jazz combo song standards. So that one was called Strasbourg, St. Denis. The other one is called Blue Bossa. And the melody. Oh, da, 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 Yep, 2 gig songs that my students are learning. And I guess I'll show you one song that I made myself. I'm gonna show you a hip hop-ish one. Oh. Messed that up. That one is challenging because it's a melody. That's the melody by itself. I don't know what that was. Melody again. It's four takes. So that was the second one. Third one. Fourth one. Yup. And then chords. Played at the same time. So chords underneath the melody. I butchered that. My timer went off, but the bell really doesn't go off until, when does the bell happen? 36, so I really got 1 minute left. A few of y'all asked questions or just gave compliments. I appreciate you all for the compliments. Again, if you would like to see these videos after they're posted, just make sure you hit the notification bell and watch the video again. But if you would like to stay live, I do like to go live every day as much as I can, Monday through Friday during these hours. This is my hour break that I like to eat my lunch, teach a few students who want to be taught, but I told them, look, I need to put a little bit more time into my YouTube. So this time I'm focusing on going live for you all, the people who can catch my office hours while I'm giving guitar Q&A things. You asked, do I also write lyrics? Yeah, but the instrument's an extension of my voice. So sometimes I'd rather speak guitar than speak lyrics, just me personally. I listen to instrumental music more than I listen to music that has vocals in it. That's just me personally. But I do write lyrics from time to time. A few songs that I have are released that have words in it, and a few songs that I have are not released that don't have words in it. That was the bell, so that's a sign that it's time for me to welcome my students as they're coming in. So I appreciate you all for tapping into the live. I will catch you tomorrow, same time tomorrow, anytime between 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch you on the next live. Peace. My live.